I want to talk about how to do backwards planning. And this is where the no fail marketing plan term even comes into play, because in order for you to hit a goal of growth, you've got to actually sit and do a plan of how you're going to get there. You can't just say, well, I'm going to add $1 million in my MSP, and then you have no plan, you have no system of measurement, you have no idea, like you're just going to do stuff and some magically like sales are going to appear. It never happens that way. Like never. And if like I'm not going to share it here. I don't have time, but like it's like the underwear gnomes. Like South Park has this really funny kind of skit that they do, where there's these underwear gnomes that are coming into the boys' bedroom at night and stealing their underpants. And they catch one of them one night and say, "Why are you stealing our underpants?" And they're like, "It's part of a big corporate plan to make profits." And they're like, "Well, how does that work?" And they're like, "Well, there's a 3-step plan. And step 1, you steal underwear. And step 2, it's like a question mark. And then step 3, we make profit." And the boys are like, "I don't understand that." He goes, "Oh, well, let me take you down to the layer." And so they go down the layer where all the underwear gnomes are. And they're like, "It's part of this big corporate plan. We have to make profits." And it's a 3-step plan. And the whole joke is they don't know what step 2 is. So they steal underwear. Step 2 is a mystery. And step 3 is make money. And that's how a lot of people do business planning. Like they think, okay, if we do this activity, something or planning, then we're going to somehow make money around here. And that is dumb. I mean, that is so dumb. That's why South Park's making fun of it. It's like, because that's how a lot of people think about their marketing. So backwards planning is a way of looking at, to get one customer, backing it all the way through to what do you need to do to get one customer. It's kind of what the question that was asked earlier, but it's not just one thing. So hang with me. I'm going to share with you some information I think that's going to be helpful, right? So we have tracking for our members, our accelerators and producers club members, about marketing and sales funnel metrics. Okay. Now, in general, 58% of all raw leads that are generated by our members are qualified. Okay. So that means 62%, I'm sorry, it's 42% are not qualified. Now, this is just general. So we're talking all raw leads that they generate, right? So referrals might be 95% qualified, right? Like they might be MQLs. Facebook ad leads might be only 10 or 20% qualified, right? So when I'm giving you this as an aggregate, understand it's all leads, but knowing that certain marketing activities are going to give you different like qualified percentage of leads, right? Again, if I am emailing a list of prospects that I've talked to in the past, then and they respond, 100% of them should be qualified, because if I'm targeting those people that I've already talked to and I know they're qualified, if I know the list is qualified, then any response is going to be qualified. It's going to be 100%. But if I'm doing cold prospecting, let's say you're going to a trade show event, or you're doing outbound cold calls, or you're doing Google pay-per-click, well, these are going to give you different percentages of raw lead to qualified. All right. But in general, 58%. Then 65% of the leads that are qualified will turn into a first time appointment, which we call a sales qualified lead. Okay. So if I generate 10 qualified lead or 10 leads, qualified leads, six to seven of them will sit. And of that, 35% will become a paying client. So that's a conversion from that first time appointment to actually becoming a paying client. An average MRR is somewhere around $2,200. I can tell you that number has gone up somewhat. It's going to be closer to more like $3,000 right now. We're just pulling some new data, so I'll have to get back on. You just have to, kind of trust me on this, but because the average MRR has moved up closer to $3,000 a month. All right. Now your numbers might be different. That's the key, right? I'm giving you, this is the gross aggregate average of our producers club and our accelerators members. Even we just started tracking some with launch. So these are all MSPs that are, somewhere like just under $1 million to as much as like 20-30 million dollars. All right. So if we wanted to get one new MRR client a month and our numbers matched the averages I just gave you, okay, again, your numbers are what matter, not this, right? then the goal would be to get one new client a month, which would be 12 managed clients in a year. If 35% close, I need 34 first-time appointments, which is roughly about just a little more than two a month of first-time appointments I need in order to get a new managed service client. If 65 of the MQLs that, actually sit an appointment, I'm going to need about 4 per month, or 52. And if 58% of all leads are qualified, I'm going to need about 90 raw leads, or 7 to 8 raw leads a month. All right. Now, let's say your outside salesperson, your SDR, your marketing, whatever you're doing is generating a 2% response. Then you're going to have a qualified farm list of about 4,000 businesses in order to secure 12 clients. And again, I'm just giving you some basic numbers. So that's about 330 per month that you're going to have to actively prospect. I'm not talking about drip, because you're going to continue to do drip, right? I'm talking about actively prospect, to get one new MRR client per month. Now, don't freak out. I'm going to tell you how to hack this. Okay. But still, there is a backwards math metric planning that you have to do to say, I have to do this. I have to get this many leads in order to get this many customers. Okay. And again, this is where you have to be strategic, because different activities will produce different qualification of customers, right? And obviously, you want to do the things that'll bring you the most qualified customers, like referrals. The problem is you might not be able to get enough referrals to get one new customer a month. So if you can't get enough referrals to get one new customer a month, then you're going to have to supplement with other things. Okay. Now, if the goal is one new customer a month and you can generate enough referrals to continually get that, then all you got to do is referrals. But it depends on what your ability to get certain campaigns to produce based on math numbers and metrics, and not based on wishes. All right. So then I would break it down into monthly and weekly goals. So I'd say, hey, we got to get one client a month. That means we need 3 first-time appointments. And I would set a goal of like 1 FTA, first-time appointments per week, because that gives you a buffer, because there's 4 weeks in a month. But don't let it roll on too long, because if you miss like 2 weeks in a row, that you still got to get the appointments. That means you got to get 4 qualified leads per month, goal of 1 per week, 8 raw leads per month, and you can set a goal of 2 raw leads per week. And that way, when you're trying to eat the elephant, you're basically doing this in a weekly cadence where you're looking at, and this is part of you should have a sales and marketing meeting at least once a week. And you're looking at your goals, and you're looking at your pipeline, and you're saying, what are we going to do this week to get the FTA that we need? Or what are we going to do this week to generate the leads that we need?